Yes. Oh gosh, I took a deep breath and now all I want to do is cough. I'm sorry, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is the 31st of July. How we got to the end of July, I don't know, but it's gone so fast for me. I have to apologize to everybody for missing the last two shows. What with Chris having her issues and me having my issues, and can we say the universe having their issues? Yeah, let's say that as well. Um, but here we are, we're back. First, before I say any more, I'd like to say good morning, excuse me, to my spirit guide, Grey Eagle, who is standing to my right side as always. And I'd like to say good morning to Chris and good morning to all of you. Actually, I'm interested because I know that we've been absent for, it seems like, so long. Is there anybody there, Chris, or has everybody deserted me? What do we think?
I think your tried and true followers are definitely here,
Good,
and
good.
people are starting to log in.
Okay, that's great. All right. So, as you probably all of you can hear, I'm not doing very well with the talking aspect of it, but I really felt that we should do the show today just so that you can see that I am really fine. I'm not 100%, of course, but I'm fine. I'm doing well. I'd like to thank everybody for all of your well wishes, and we've had so many, and so many people have written to me and sent emails and sent things to the office. We thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I feel that once I get out of New York and the fog and the smog and the the exhaust fumes and what else is there, and the awful air conditioning that they have here. Unfortunately, it's not central air. It's just this stuff that blows out all this muck and stuff in your face. Anyway, that's as much as I'm going to say about that. But anyway, as you can hear, um, I'm not 100%, but I'm getting there and taking my drink and making sure that I keep my airways as clear as I possibly can. So before I say any more, I just also want to say it's up to everybody else. You're the ones who have to work today, because I can answer you. The answers might be short to your questions, but I want to hear all about what you've all been doing, what kind of summer you've had so far. We're coming into August 1st tomorrow. And so, wow, time does really go really, really fast. But anyway, so as soon as we stop hearing from you, I know I'm putting it all on all of you today, but usually it's all on me. So why wouldn't I put it all on all of you once in a while? As soon as you stop participating, that'll be my indication that we're good, and that that Chris and I can go back to bed. I think that's what I'm going to be doing, or doing anyway. Doing something. You can't even go outside. It's New York. You can't even go out into the garden because you just can't breathe. The air is so dense, and I I think this might be one of the worst Julys that New York has had, certainly in a long time, because I can't ever remember that feeling of you walk out and you hit a wall. It's like literally hitting a wall of fog and smog, and goes, as you can hear, goes straight to my chest. So anyway, so I'm relying on all of you to help me today and to participate with me today. So don't let me down. Okay, Chris, do we have anyone? Do we have anyone in the chat room? Do we have anyone with questions? Anything at all?
Well, our dear friend Gary was writing about choosing to be here with you today instead of going fishing, and they've got raining up where he's at.
Oh, really? Oh, right. Well, Gary's, for those of you who don't know, Gary lives in New York State, which is he lives north of New York City. Sorry. And I feel very honored, Gary. I think what are you doing? Trying to get some brownie points from me? You've definitely got them. Rain is a great time to, when it's raining, it's always good for fishing. My father always used to say, you know, as long as you've got a nice big umbrella to sit underneath, the fish seem to like the rain, and they seem to come to the surface more often. So the chances of getting good fish are better. Gary, I'd like to hear your opinion on that, of course, but I do thank you for giving up because I know how much you love fishing. I do thank you for giving up your fishing for me. Okay, Chris.
Well, Judith was first on this morning saying the whole community is praying for you and to be well. They appreciate you.
Oh, Judith, thank you so much. I feel like a bit of a fraud, to be perfectly honest with you all, because, it's not like I'm dying from horrible disease here. I've just not been well, not being able to breathe properly, and not being able to talk. Can you imagine not being able to talk? Because every time I talk for any length of time, the cough just gets to me. So, but other than that, I also want to thank you all for sending healing to my friend Mary Lou, who has gone through a surgery. She started chemo last week. And if you could all just keep sending healing to her, I'd appreciate that too.
All right. And then Shamanth is here.
Hi, Shamanth.
Saying, I'm immensely missing my brother-in-law, Nagesh, who passed away on the December 21st, 2020, at the age of 20 to cardiac arrest. Is there any message from him, and how's he doing on the other side?
Well, darling, I'd love to be able to do that for you, but as you can see, I'm not at 100% here myself. So if you'd like to, once I get back to my full health and all the rest of it, if you'd like to ask me that question again, we'll take a look and see. But right now, I don't even want to go there, because I'm trying to save all of the energy that I possibly can to get through the show and to answer some of the questions we have, or at least to show my face to all of you, to make sure that you can see. Look, see, I'm a happy camper. Chris.
So that might mean that this next question you won't be able to do. How will my roof repair go? I don't need it. It's not an emergency. I just think it's time. Will I be happy with it? This is from Jim Ocean.
Jim, I'd love to answer you. Actually, I can answer you because I've got a thumbs up from Grey Eagle, so I think it'll be fine. I think you will be happy. So I'm sorry, that's the best that I can do. But well, when my spirit guides gives you a thumbs up, I think that means it's good.
Leslie says, I'm glad you're back. Missed you so much.
Oh, Leslie, thank you.
Can Grey Eagle shed any light on what the lights are that I am seeing in the eastern Arizona sky?
Oh, Arizona. One of my favorite places in the world. Really, really. Well, they could be anything at all. And again, it's, I'm not sure that we can delve into it too much today, but I can tell you the story of when I was once in Arizona. There is a property, and I think it's still there. I think it's still standing. If it's just outside of Phoenix, in the desert, and I'm sure if you Google it, you can find it. And it looks, from a distance, it looks like the most enormous golf ball you've ever seen. It looks huge, and it's round and it's white, and it's it's a house. Doesn't look like a house from the outside, but it's a house, and it has it's sort of what was then, when it was first built many years ago, all sorts of innovative things, capturing. I don't think it has electricity. I think it works off of the solar system. Anyway, I stayed in this house, this huge golf ball of a house, and inside of this house, it was quite interesting because all the walls inside the house were curved because it's round. The whole thing is round. Beautiful place to stay, and it had a great veranda, and you could sit out on the veranda at night, and there's nothing around you. You're purely right in the desert there's nothing. There are no buildings. There's nothing. Of course, there's the mountains in the background, and you've got that amazing Arizona sky. Excuse me. And I remember I was there with two friends, and we were sitting outside, just sort of soaking up, the starlit sky and all the rest of it, and gorgeous thing. And we had been told that people see things in the Arizona desert. They see a lot of things, and there are people who say that there are scientists who have laboratories underneath the mountains. Somehow they do lots of different experiments. There are people who say that it's the one place you can go if you're into aliens. You can see all that sort of thing. And we were sitting outside on the veranda and just chatting, and we were drinking, but not excessively by any means. Let me say that what I saw at some point, probably at around 2 a.m, was the closest thing I think I've ever seen to a UFO, an unidentified flying object. And this thing was sort of not quite spherical, more sort of like an egg shape. To it. It was round, huge round thing, and there were lights going all around it. And the only reason you could tell the shape of it was because of the lights that were going around it. And it sort of came and it sat in the sky in front of us, and I think we were all speechless. We just sat and we just watched this thing, and it just sat there. It was quite a distance away from us, but it was definitely in front of us, and we could definitely see it. And then over in the distance, we saw lots of different other lights flashing on and off and so on. Again, remember, we're in the desert. There was nothing there. And then this thing, whatever this was, this UFO, it was there, and we sat and we watched it for quite a while, and we were, we barely spoke because we were so in awe of what we were looking at. And then the next thing, it just whoosh, disappeared, just like that, just left. And we were talking about it for a long time, as you can imagine. But we also, when we were there, and we stayed there for I think a week or two, and we saw lots of different lights where there shouldn't have been lights. We saw lots of things going on where we wouldn't normally see those things, things like that. So I'm not sure what you're seeing, but it is Arizona, and Arizona is it's such a magical place. Chris.
Gary has a question. When you are feeling under the weather, are you able to connect with Gray Eagle as easily as always?
More so, actually. Yeah, it's he's we sort of we get a much closer and a much stronger connection because, he's giving me healing. He's talking to me. I remember I was in the hospital years ago. I was in England in hospital and I'd collapsed. And I was in, when you go to the hospital, they say, what's the pain? From 1 to 10, what level is the pain? And I was way beyond a 10, and they ended up giving me morphine and so on. But I had to wait because they had different emergencies, and it was the middle of the night. And my friends, Marianne and Pam, and my friend in England, excuse me, Jane, they were there with me. And the pain was so intense, and I couldn't go anywhere and I couldn't do anything. And I had to wait for the doctors to come to give me meds or what have you. And anyway, so Grey Eagle, at that point, you could say I was under the weather a little bit, Gary. At that point, Grey Eagle came and literally helped me and lifted me. And we went, basically, I suppose in terms that other people can understand, it would be having an out-of-body experience, because I literally had to come out of my body in order to deal with the pain. And I came out of my body and I went into the lodge, it's like a big tent area where Grey Eagle and others, his helpers, gave me healing. And I was at this point out of it, and I'd just moved away from everybody. But when I came back into my body, my friends who were there with me had told me how I was chanting a certain it's a healing chant that excuse me, that all of those ancients, all of the healers, the ancient healers, would use to chant and to take you to that next level, to help to raise your level of consciousness, to help to raise your level of vibration so that you can move away from the pain. So it's a good question, Gary. I like the question. But I would say that 100% of the time, if I'm not good, Grey Eagle is closer. We are connected more. So, and he just is there helping me through, which is great for me.
Rosemary, I just want to make sure something that everybody can still see you, because you blipped out for a moment, said connection lost. I could hear you, but I just want to make sure that everybody else could still hear you. And meanwhile, while we're waiting for those answers, Joan is in the chat room saying, glad to hear you're on the mend.
Good. Well, thank you, June. I appreciate it.
And then let's see. Megan says, I once visited you with my family when I was a kid. Not sure if you remember me. Just wanted to say hi, and you look great. Name is Megan Smith.
Yes, but Megan, darling, where are you from? What area did you live in when you came to visit with me? What was the occasion? And what was going on? Tell me a little bit more about it, because I see so many people. So you could be anybody at all. But I have a suspicion you might be who I'm thinking of. But can you give me a little bit more detail? Why were you there? What did you come for? And who are your parents? And so on and so forth. And where were we? Were we in England? Were we? Could be anywhere in the world. So give us a little bit more, darling, please. Chris.
All right. Then we have Rachel saying, I am training / practicing to enhance my mediumship skills. And I would like to see other than in my mind's eye. Do you have tips? I am doing the exercises from You Own the Power. And I have also booked my first consultation with you this September, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. Well, we are doing our Chris, why don't you describe it? My voice.
Our membership. All right. So Rosemary has developed a membership program that we're hopefully looking forward to starting in September. People can get in on the ground floor now in July for $19.99 a month, and then the price will be going up. And what you will get will be different things each month, ideally a video or lesson every week during the month, except for the week where there will be a live Zoom call where you can come and ask questions and give comments on the material that has been shared that month. So this will be new or expanded information. It's an exclusive program for things that she's not sharing, like here on the free YouTube program. And we're really looking forward to it. I've been fortunate to already help Rosemary with this, and I can tell you, you're going to be blown away the first month.
We hope so. What we're trying to do is to delve deeper for me, because so many people like this young lady who's calling us today. What we're trying to do is to delve deeper and for me to explain more the workings of and to give people more of an understanding of what not necessarily what mediumship is like, although I'm sure that's in there as well, but about what the universe is like and what it entails, and you know how a soul's created, for instance, and what types of souls are there, and you know, the compatibility of souls. I mean, this just goes on and on and on. And there are so many people who are interested, for instance, in learning more about psychometry. There are people who are interested in wanting to learn how to raise their level of consciousness so that they can perhaps meditate better or be in tune more with their loved ones in the spirit world. And what does it mean when you say raise your level of consciousness? And so this program is about really delving into stuff that most people don't know, most people are not aware of, and it's only when you experience these things, as I have done over the hundreds of years that I've been doing this. It's only when you experience these things and you learn, and of course, Grey Eagle is very much a part of this. This program is called Rosemary and Grey Eagle Speak. And so he will be talking sometimes through me, sometimes directly to the people who are involved in this program. We are going to be giving you all sorts of things to work on, some exercises that you can do to enhance your own abilities and your own sensitivities. But there's so much mystery surrounding this subject, and as far as I'm concerned, it's time that we, you know, took away the mystery and help people to understand, okay, this is exactly what happens here. What happens when you see someone in the spirit world? I mean, sometimes people see things differently. We all see things differently. Excuse me. We all see things differently. We all experience things differently. But what's actually happening, and what's happening from the other side? What are the people that we talk to from the other side? What are they experiencing? What are their, you know, what are their views? Do they have things to impart to us, or can they tell us how they're feeling or how it works from their side? So we're going to be doing this program, so it's an exciting program. Other than that, you can go on my YouTube channel, and there are lots of the tips, if you like to call them. There's lots of instruction about healing. There are many healing videos There are lots of different videos on there that you can go to, that you can discover. So I would say, you know, explore the YouTube channel. You know, if you feel inclined, join us with our with our new program. We were going to start in September. We're all set to start in September, and then unfortunately, we've done enough, but I'd like to do more before I want this program to run smoothly with no breaks in between. So we're working on trying to get that done. But I'm no good to anybody if as I'm trying to explain things to you, I lose my voice, or I have a massive coughing fit, or I mean, I can't actually believe that I've not excuse me, had a massive coughing fit, because when I do have a massive coughing fit, I probably can't speak for 5 minutes. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and this is where Gregor comes in. So this is why we're doing this program. But this is why, you know, we're not going to prolong today for too long. Chris, are you there? Have I lost?
I am here. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No,
I forgot to unmute myself.
Sorry, I thought, did I lose you again?
All right.
Wait. Is there anybody there?
Many more than when we started, which is great.
Okay.
All right. So this one is from Kasenaja. When I see violence around and cars spreading crazy, maybe meaning speeding crazy, causing tragedies, so much these days by violent youth, I feel unsafe for my family. Is it just like that? One can be a statistical victim. I am terrified.
You know, I understand exactly what you're talking about. And in fact, you know, we have to be very careful around my 12-year-old grandson, because he is very sensitive to, you know, to the awful stuff that seems to be going on in the world today. Just to point out, this awful stuff, we might think it's new. We might think it's only been in the 20th century or the 19th century or whatever, but there's been awful stuff and awful violence going on in this world of ours for many, many centuries. If I can try and put that a little bit in perspective for you. But when it happens on your doorstep, or when you sort of, and you know, the news loves to print all the bad stuff, don't they? You never have a news channel talking about all the good stuff in the world that is going on. And trust me, there is a lot of good stuff going on in the world today. But to put it a little bit in perspective, I will tell you that where I am at the moment in New York, literally 2 blocks from where I am and from where my grandson goes back and forth to school, literally 2 blocks away, there was a massive shooting. A policeman was shot and killed. Other people were killed. We could hear the helicopters going on. And we had to be really, really careful to sort of play it down, because, as I say, my grandson is enormously sensitive to these things, and he worries so greatly. And we try, don't we, not to worry our children. We don't want them to be ignorant of what's going on, but at the same time, we don't want them to be obsessive about it either. Back to the, you know, we die, and I understand why you're terrified, because you never know. You can go around a corner and then there's someone with a knife or a gun, or maybe there's someone around the corner who's got a beautiful smile on their face, because that would be me. If you met me, I'm always smiling and I'm happy, and I try to put out really positive and really good energy. But coming back to the point of dying, and you know, and you're right to worry. You're absolutely right. There's a craziness in this world, but there is a time to be born, and there is a time to die. If it is not your time, you won't be going anywhere. no matter what. You can be in a plane, sitting in a plane that's crashing down into the sea. If it is not your time, you will survive it. You can only pass into the spirit world when your time on this earth is up. And the two things that are absolute, prior to our coming here to this earth plane, the two things that are absolute are the time that we're born to the second. I know that because I've done that myself many times. I've did that with my grandson to the second. I told my daughter when he would take his first breath, and to the second he did. So there is a time to be born and there's a time to die. And prior to our coming here, and this is why we're doing this program, you know, we're wanting people to sort of learn more about, you know, how things work and how things happen. We're doing this program because there are so many things that we discuss, and there are so many things that are decided that we have a part in. We have a choice. We're able to in some ways not plan our future necessarily on this earth, but we are able to have a say. We're able to talk about what it is that why do we want to come here in the first place? Why do we want this earth experience? Why does our soul want this earth experience? And then we're able to talk with others wiser than us, and to decide, you know, what it is that we might be doing here, the opportunities that we might come across, and so on. We could go into that. We don't have time to go into all of that, but there is a time to be born and there's a time to die. And prior to our coming here to this earth plane, we know what those times are. We absolutely know. Now, when we come here, the majority of us lose that memory, and it's probably just as well, because, you know, why would we want to live our lives necessarily knowing the moment that we're going to die? I don't quite see the point in that. Some people might want that, some people don't, but the majority of us lose the memory of what we've discussed and why we're here and what the plan is. And so when we come here, we come here sort of, you know, naked in a way as to what will befall us in the future. But you cannot, and I'll be clear, you cannot escape. It's almost as, it's like it's written. It is God chooses, God decides, it is written. When it is your turn, when it is your time to go, there's nothing you can do to avoid it. So living your life in anxiety, living your life being frightened, living your life worrying is really pointless, because the more you're living your life worrying and frightened and concerned about what's going on, the less opportunities you have to find the good stuff. So if you can accept, when it's my time, that's it, I'm good, whenever. Let's hope it's a lot longer than we hope it's going to be. But when it is our time, okay, I know I'll be ready, and I'll know it will be the right time, and I'll know it will be God's time. And until that time, as scary as this world of ours is, let me look at all the good stuff. Let me look at all the stuff that is happening that we could find joy in, and we could find happiness in, and we can find moments in our lives. I mean, I'm lucky being here in New York, because I have my daughter and my grandson, and I see them every day, and every single day my grandson gives me joy, absolute joy. So I just want, you know, I'd like you, if you can, to understand when it happens, it's because it's the right time and there's nothing you can do about it. So if there's nothing you do about it, try not to worry so much and enjoy the time that you do have here. Chris.
Ornella says, hi, Rosemary. It's nice to see you again.
Good.
Someone talks about unseen teachers that guides us, to whom we can ask questions. Are we talking about our loved ones, or is there something else?
Well, I think both, actually. I think both. We have our loved ones in the spirit world. And again, I come back to the program that we're doing. We're trying to explain how these things work. And we're trying to give you, in so many ways, over the course of the program, we're trying to give you sort of exercises that you can choose to do or not. It's up to you. Nobody's grading you. I'm not going to be your teacher. I'm just telling you what it is. This is how it is. This is what you can do. And then you choose to do it or you choose not to do it. I'm not going to hold your feet to the fire. So these are all your choices to do or not to do. But I think that, knowing that our loved ones in the spirit world, our family, our friends are there, they're there for us to talk to. And if you can learn to raise your level of consciousness and you can learn to rise above and to connect with that vibration, that the vibration that they are on, and you learn to connect with that vibration, which we all can do, some of us better than others, obviously, but we can all do that to some extent. Then we can, then we can communicate better. You'll need me less and less. No, never. Anyway, but what I'm saying is we do have our teachers, we do have our angels who watch over us, and but most importantly of all, we have our loved ones, those who love us, who we know, who we can trust, and who we care for. Chris.
All right. Then Megan was responding back to you.
Oh, good.
She was, asking if you remembered her. So she says she's from Pecani, Alberta. Her parents are Mikey and Joanne, and we visited you in Maine. We were also traveling with my uncle Dusty and his wife, as well as Uncle Jim and Auntie Alberta. We were introduced to you through Jeff Galuza.
I know who you are. I was just actually going to say, did Jeff have anything to do with this? Yes, I do know who you are. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you're enjoying the show.
Right. The next is from Rhonda. Rosemary, could I please ask for more prayers for my husband? He was diagnosed with prostate cancer 2 months ago and still have no plan on the treatment after several appointments. Will he be okay, Rosemary?
I don't understand why they don't have a plan in place. So, my darling, if I were you, I'd be pushing for that. You have to be your own advocate. Remember, we have amazing doctors and amazing nurses. We have an amazing, wealth of information at our fingertips on these things. But we do have to, when it comes to our health, we do have to be our own advocate and we do have to push. So I'm going to suggest you start to do a little pushing here, because if it's been going on all of these weeks, then why isn't there a plan in place? I do feel that he'll be fine, but I think he's going to go through a few little bumps. But if you would like us to, and I would very much like to, if you could just let Chris, just in the chat room, just give your husband's first name. We don't need anything else. And that he has prostate cancer. We will definitely put him on our healing list. And we will send him healing every day. Chris,
all right, the next is from Cheryl. I thought my bedroom light was about to die out, but it came back on and was fine. This happened a few times. Was it just a hello from someone, and who?
Well, I think you already answered your own question, my lovely. Yes, of course it was an hello. I love it when the spirit world does that. I love it. And they seem to be able to do it with electrical things. Sort of the TV will go off and then it'll come back on, or they seem to be able to do the electrical stuff pretty well. So and I actually think you know who it is also. So stop asking me the answers to the questions you already know the answer to, Chris.
Mary says, my angels reminded me that you are on. Thanking Jesus that you are better. So happy Gray Eagle is there. Does Gray Eagle have any messages for me?
Not at this time. We've already thank you for all of that, though. I really appreciate that. And oh, sorry. We'll do the message stuff another time when I am feeling much better in my own self.
All right. The next is from Eric. Eric is asking for healing for a friend with advanced bone cancer.
Oh.
They're in weekly chemo now, especially vertebrae around and near the heart, breathing, and neck.
Okay. Certainly, Eric. Well, absolutely. If you can let us just have his first name is fine, and and the reason why he needs healing, and we'll definitely send him healing, and I hope you're doing okay too, Chris.
Eric also asks, is the sign up on the website for the membership program, and it is on your website on the very first page, the home page toward the bottom.
Okay.
There's a question there about the subscription program that people can click on, and it'll tell you exactly what to do.
There you go. Good. That saved me from saying all of that then.
I'm trying. All right. Judith says, I have had nights of no sleep at all. I think of my family who have passed over and wonder if it may be my turn soon.
No.
I'm conducting my life in preparation for that day. Am I rushing things?
No. Sorry. Whether you want to go or not, sorry. No, not yet. Got a little ways to go, I'm afraid, darling.
All right. Back to Eric. Question: do illnesses have a sound?
Oh, I love that. They have a vibration, which can be, it depends. The quick and easy answer is yes, they do have a sound. But that sound comes from the vibrational level of the person, or the people who have the issue. I like that question. That's an interesting question. And when we give healing, we are using that vibrational level and connecting with the vibrational level of the person we're giving healing to, so that we can join or connect with that vibrational level and make it less or more as is needed. I like that question a lot. Good question. Chris.
All right. When it is our time, is that the look and feeling we see when people are ready to transition? This is still from Eric.
I have been privileged to be with so many people when they pass, and each person passes in their own way and in different ways. But people pass in many different ways. For instance, some people pass very suddenly, very quickly. Some people, take a long while. So the differences that each person feels are tremendous. That we can have, sort of very different feelings. So I'm not quite sure what the question is, what you're actually asking me here, but I think that for everyone, it's their own personal journey, it's their own personal experience. Sorry, keep going, Chris.
Lorraine says, hello, Rosemary. It's great to see you again. I always believed that when it's our time to go, there is nothing to do about it. So, yes, just live your life as best you can. God has the plans. Is it true we are part of the planning process before birth as far as what lessons we need to learn from?
Yeah, it is true. Yes, not quite as cut and dried as that, but yes, it is true. I think I mentioned this earlier on. We are a part of, we're allowed to be a part of, and within the discussions prior to our birth to this earth, there has to be a reason. And we, each individual soul, we choose to come here or not to come here. We choose to have this experience or not to have this experience. And we can't simply just choose and say, okay, see you then, I'm off. You know, it's not like you can just get on a buy a ticket, get on a train. There is certain preparation, and we need to know prior to our coming here, we need to know what those reasons might be that we would want to have this earth experience, because let's face it, it's not an easy experience for any of us to have. Excuse me, but we choose, we can participate in, you know, the in the process, but there are those who are much wiser. There are those very wise entities who will help us with our reasons, with our desires. They'll help us to see them clearly and to see them for what they are, and they will put us in an environment that gives us the best opportunity to achieve what we set out to achieve. Of course, when we come here, that's all forgotten. But throughout our lives, we are given opportunities again and again and again. Through the universe, we are given those opportunities to fulfill the goals that we first thought we would come here we wanted to achieve. So we're always given the opportunities, but some people choose to ignore those opportunities. Some people just are stubborn. Some people miss the point. They, you know, it's like, you know, I'm trying to think of an example and I can't at the moment, but I will do for another time. But yes, we are part of the process of deciding, you know, what why we're here. What do we want out of this life? What are we hoping for? What are we, you know, what is our goal? To build, to become more, to become brighter, to become wiser, for our soul to grow and to become more and more enlightened. But how can we do that? And we don't know necessarily how to do that. We have to rely on the universe. We have to rely on God. We have to rely on all of those amazing and wise seers or sages or whatever you want to call them, to help us and to guide us so that we can best achieve the goal that we set out to achieve prior to coming here. Okay.
All right. Next, we have Barb. Good morning, Rosemary. It's so very good to have you back.
Hi, Bob.
I would like to know, when we meet our angels, do they choose us?
No. Okay. I think the thing that we need to know about our angels is that an angel is purely, simply, straightforward, no nonsense, no, you know, it, no wriggle room, if you like, to change anything. An angel is purely and simply a messenger of God, that God force, that universal God force that is out there. So when our angels come to us, it's because they have been directed by that God force, by God, that our angels come to us for whatever reason that God has decided we need them there with us. So they come to us, but they are messengers of God. They are not there for our will. They are not there to, to necessarily to teach us anything, unless that's, what God decides that they need to do. An angel is a messenger from God, and so, we can't say to our angel, you know, can you help me win $100,000? Now, you can ask them. And if God has said, I want you to go down there, I want you to help that person win $100,000, they'll do it. But if God doesn't say that, they're not going to do it. Our angels are not there for us. They are, that's not strictly true. They're there for us only if God decides that they should be there for us. How about that? That works, I think. Yes.
All right. Megan's asking for healing for her dad, Mickey, with diabetes, and the foot is not healing.
Really? Okay. Definitely sending him healing. Definitely. I remember him quite well, actually. Makes me smile when I think about him. We're sending healing. It's on the way.
All right. That's it for questions and comments, Rosemary.
Is that it? Oh, good. Can we go now?
Yeah, you look like you're ready to take a little rest, which you need to.
Well, let me just say, we're only 8 minutes away from when we normally finish. While I'm talking, if anybody wants to ask any more quick question, feel free to do so. Sorry. But I do thank all of you who have sent me your wonderful healing, your prayers, your well wishes. You make me feel so loved and so appreciated. So I do thank you all for that. And I hope you know that the feeling is reciprocal, because, I do love you all and I do care about you. And I wish we could do more. I wish we could do this. Wouldn't it be nice if we could do this every day? Anyway, let's not go there. So let me just remind you, hopefully, we'll be back next Thursday. Given, hopefully, if my voice hasn't gone again, it keeps just coming and going as it pleases. Providing my cough is better, we'll be here next Thursday. Unfortunately, and I do have to apologize to all the people that I've had to cancel over the last few weeks, but I wouldn't have been any good to you, because I'm no good if I can't speak and all I'm doing is coughing and spluttering and eyes watering and so on. I mean, it would be just a waste of time for all of us. But I promise you all, I'll try and make it up to you, and we'll fit you all in as soon as we as soon as we can. And in the meantime, again, thank you all for joining me today. I'd like to say thank you to Greg, as always, because he has his hand on my shoulder and he's been there right alongside me this morning, helping me. And excuse me, helping me and guiding me. And thank you to all of you. It is Thursday, 1st of August, tomorrow, everybody. So, enjoy this next month of summer. Why don't you please enjoy? Find things to love. Find things to smile about. Find things to be grateful for, because even though this world of ours, yes, it's full of violence, it always has been, it's full of love too, full of really good stuff. As soon as I can get my breath back and I'm able to stand in the kitchen with my grandson, we are going to be making chocolate shortbread, chocolate covered shortbread, actually. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to. I've been here for a month, and all that's happened is I've been sick for the whole time I've been here. So maybe in a week or two we'll be making bread, and we'll be making shortbread, and then when I get back to Florida, maybe we'll do a few videos, Chris. Maybe we'll have some cooking, more cooking. I'll show you all how to make my Rosemary's delicious, the best shortbread ever, and also some other stuff. And yes, Eric, I've not forgotten. You do need the recipe for my marmalade, and we will get it to you as soon as we can. In the meantime, everybody, thank you for joining us. Please, everybody, have a very blessed rest of the day. Excuse me, and have a very